Okay, I'm live on YouTube also. So I'll wait for you to join. It will take a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm sharing it to my pages also. Okay, almost done. Done. Posted it everywhere. So greetings to you. Welcome to tonight's session. I was a little late. Okay, now I think it's going. Greetings to all of you. So today's topic is don't take life seriously. It's just a time pass. So if you ask me why am I late, I was doing time pass. Okay, can you just give me a feedback if my sound is clear on both YouTube as well as Facebook? Because I'm not sure. Chidakasha Gita, when I was doing, there was some sound problems. So if you can just let me know if the sound is okay, both the side on YouTube and Facebook also. Pranams to all of you. Clear. Okay. YouTube, it's clear. Okay, here also clear. Okay, nice to see you all. Checking in. So today I'm sitting very relaxed here. Otherwise also I am, but today's topic is very relaxed now. You don't have to. Actually, I was little busy with all these messages coming in and going after the Kaningad retreat. We have people coming in, inquiries and all. Just a little busy in that. That's why. So greetings to all of you. I was compelled to put this topic because somewhere when I look at even my videos and all that, it seems too serious. Everything, even spirituality seems so serious. All my videos, I was just looking back and everything is sounding so serious. Not because of these videos, but when I was looking at some feedbacks coming from people, tensed and worried, and last time also I made that topic like, where am I heading and where have I reached? Who cares? So it is all in that frame of mind only. Who cares where you are, where what, and the definitions and the destinations and all those things. Because when you catch on with all these destinations and all, you become too serious. Spirituality looks very serious. There's so much to do, and everywhere you look around, it's so much of things happening, and so much of knowledge and methods and techniques and paths and so many ways and so many varieties. Especially when people are looking into all everywhere, then it's a little confusing. You got to be a little careful when you just scan through everything that's going on, because if you are not a relaxed person, it can be very difficult. If you are someone who's taking life very serious, then you shouldn't be looking into all the things at all the time. Then obviously you are going to run into trouble, because anywhere you look, anything you open, it's a serious matter. It seems like there is a dead end fixed to it, and somewhere you have to achieve, and with all those, you start getting all those ideas like, oh, life is running out, and where am I, what am I doing, look at others, look at the things, and the books are telling me something, people are telling me something, spirituality is telling me something. Look at everybody, they are doing something or the other. Forget that. Look at people, they are able to do it, I am not able to do it. Or I can look at people and see, oh, they are feeling so stable, everything is looking so nice and clean, but my chaos is not yet ending. I am not able to get aligned. I am not fitting into that bracket despite all my efforts. Now, there is nothing wrong with you actually. It is because of these kind of fanatic ideas that is there in the belief systems, very strong ideas, that there is so much left to do. Whenever I talk about these subjects like awareness subject, whenever I'm talking about awareness, for example, you must have seen there are people suddenly will ask, you mean just like that? You mean just be that only? You mean I need not do all these so many things? Are you sure things will be okay? See the strong belief. It's like I'll not be okay if I don't do a lot of things. I'll be okay if I do a lot of things. And that doing gets you into so much of trouble. And then there is another frustration despite all that doing. Nothing is happening or something little is happening. It's a chaotic kind of a stuff. Sometimes when I talk about these practices that I suggest are very simple. It's so simple that you will feel that what the hell? Will it ever work? Because the moment I talk about these kind of simple practices, the question is, what about my karma? What about the baggage? What about the loads I carry? What about my tendencies? Now, how much do you know your tendencies? How much do you know what baggage is there? How much does anybody know? Come on, tell me. Any person, any seeker, or anybody, how much do they know? How much is balance and how much? There is no way you can find that out, guys. But just because you're not feeling cheerful, you're not feeling relaxed, you're not able to settle down, thinking that there is a lot of karma, that is nonsense. It doesn't happen that way. Just because I'm not able to be free, I'm not able to be relaxed, I'm not able to be still and stable, my mind is not becoming still, or I'm not entering into dhyana or samadhi or turiya. So many things I see around, so many things I read around. When will I get that kind of experience? This creates haste, this creates anxiety, this creates an urgency, and that urgency creates all the restlessness. Whereas the tattva that we talk about, things like when Ramana is telling, there's nothing to realize, you already realized. You just got to remove the barriers on that. They appear so simple, very, very simple. Ramana says, you are already perfect. You're already perfect, and why are you striving to become perfect? He's talking about the state of consciousness which you really are. He's talking from that end, and we are sitting in what we really are not. That is the fake one. And from there we react and say, how can that be possible? That's very true. So all the mystics talk on that level. They're talking about the state of your soul. So they are talking to the real I, to real you. They're not talking to the false you. That is why it appears so simple. I was reading these prayers, which I thought I'll start praying, not praying, because all the sessions that I take, it has to have this base, and they are the Shanti mantras in the starting and the end. So I'm used to these kind of chants. It's so relaxing. It's so relaxing. It's so pure and it's so complete. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudayachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So simple. I remember this because I had composed this for my Gurudev's platforms. So here you will understand that even this Shantri mantra, which is coming from the Vedas, they are also explaining that you are already perfect. You are already still. I think I must sing this in the start or in the end of all these sessions. It says Om Purnamada Purnamidam means Om, that is perfect and this is perfect. That means the outer world and this, the inner world, is perfect. Purnat Purnamude Chate. From the perfect emerges perfect. Everything is perfect, from that emerges the perfect. Purnasya Purnamadaya. The perfect coming from the perfect. Purnameva Vashishyate. Still only perfect remains. Everything is perfect. This is what they are trying to explain. Everything doesn't need any correction. It is all in its right order. That is what the Shanti mantra is saying. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This itself, if you just settle down and simmer down, this is the state of the soul. Now, the restless one is this mind. That is what I'm trying to explain very simply. If you just go into even the Chidakasha Gita, every morning I'm talking, I don't know if you listen to it today mornings, where the first verse exactly spoke about the mind. I don't know if this has been elaborated, but the whole Chidakasha Gita, I can't see anything more than the purification of the mind. Because all the verses I've read it at least 3-4 times now. Just out of habit, and then while I was composing for the shifting into awareness, all those notes for almost 1 year, oh yeah, close to 1 year, every single day I used to sit and meditate, and every daily I used to do that 2 years back. So what, when I went through everything, all that I can see is it is only the purification of the mind. And Bhagavan Nityananda says, finish off the mind, get rid of the mind, dissolve the mind. Not different from what Ramana is saying. Ramana also is saying that get rid of the mind. Don't be in the mind. Let the mind dissolve itself. You be abiding in yourself. And what am I saying with these practices? Exactly the same. Now, I had no plans for this, but I just started this very vaguely, this shifting into awareness and the focus on the awareness and my practice and all that. But later I could see it's all sinking into the same truth. Not very difficult, not very different. So, awareness is nothing but dissolving the mind, if you see. If you just simplify it and see, it is nothing but dissolving the mind. And who's this one who's getting restless? The mind. What we are trying to dissolve, or what we are supposed to not give attention to, where we are not supposed to be, we sit exactly there. And we wonder why the things are not happening. We are sitting in the wrong place expecting the right thing to happen. Mind is the wrong place to sit in. So, when I say don't take life seriously, it is just another time pass that's happening. You'll realize that it is actually a time pass. You look at Shiva, the Nirgun Nirakar Shiva, the Sada Shiva, the Parabrahman. You look at his state. What is all this happening around him? He calls it a sport, or a leela, or a game. So for him, it is a time pass. It's just a time pass because it's nothing new. Every time it's unfolding, the whole play goes on. So many yugas and all that. And when the yugas completes the cycle, destruction. Everything comes back into that. So that supreme being is creator, plays the game, and when done with it, destroys, pulls back everything. It's a sport. For us, it is big yugas, big time, day and night, and janmas, and all those circles. Oh, big, vast. But for that being, eternal being, it's like one breath. One breath out, the world is created. Next breath in, everything is taken in. So it's just breathing and enjoying that breath. Because there, no time and space. Here we are calculating the time. So if you look at even that end of how things can be, you'll see that it's a time pass. Shiva is having a time pass. Only we are damn serious. This is the problem of the mind. The more you are separate, the more far you are, the more dual you will become, because the more rooted you are in the mind. More rooted in the mind, the more the ego is strong. Ego is strong means separate. I feel everything is separate. I don't even associate with that God. It's very difficult to even connect with that God because I have only separated it. The duality is so strong. The more we are in the mind, the more far we go, the more strong the duality will appear. Means the Maya, the Sansar will appear more crystal clear to us. And in that time pass game, we will take things very seriously. It looks very serious. You see, if somebody hurts you, somebody does anything wrong to you, if I feel offended, simple, too much of ego, can't forgive. Why? The rigidity, the separateness, so different. You can't see God in them, you can't see the oneness in them. Very strong hatred, very strong revenge, very strong aversion. Very, very strong. Why? Because the ego is very strong again. More the ego, the more the duality, the more the separatedness. And who's going to suffer? The one who's holding the duality will suffer. We know that. The other person never suffers. The enemy never suffers. He or she might be somewhere miles away also enjoying life. And here you are cursing and brooding and blaming and criticizing. And when all these things are happening, who's undergoing that turmoil? That person is Aram. If you are unaware, you will not catch this. The rigidity is so strong that it will feel so real that every time I become angry, every time I become avengeful, I feel the other person is deserving to be punished. But who's getting punished? I am getting punished. Why? I've taken life too seriously. Too seriously. So serious that this is it. If you just think, how long are we going to be around? How long is somebody going to be around? Suddenly that thing will drop, that rigidity will drop. That moment it will drop. Who's going to be there? And this only serious seekers can do because they know the journey. They know that they're going to go back home. Those who feel they're not going back home, those who feel this is the play, this मुझे यहाँ पे सब दाव पे लगाना है. Hook or crook, I have to make it here in this life. It will be too painful because I have taken life too seriously. Whereas if you see the vast expanse of this life, it is not about one janma, it is so many janmas spread apart. And when there are so many janmas spread apart, you'll see that there is no hurry actually. The hurrying will go, the calculation will go. Where have I reached? Are we there yet? How much more? When will this happen? When will that happen? Just go off. Because that eternity that you have, and nobody, when God is not putting a stamp on you, no, not God is telling you a deadline. Who's telling these deadlines? We ourselves, we people, community discussions. Nowhere you'll find in the scriptures or no representations from anywhere that you'll find that the Supreme is giving a deadline. Do it before this. He is okay with everything. The Supreme is okay with everything. Because this play is for eternity. Now, who is in the play? Only those who are bound by karma are in the play. Who are liberated? Those who have not bound with the karma, those who have nothing to do with this game, are not in the play. Simple as that. Simple understanding only will liberate you. Like Ramana says so beautifully, where is the sansara maya? It is not outside. Osho also said this. Your maya, your sansara is not outside. It is in your mind. So when you sleep, there is no problem. So Ramana asked one guy, you are sleeping, you had no problem. Now you're coming and you tell you have this problem, that problem. Are you the same guy who slept? He said, yeah, I'm the same guy. Then what happened? Well, you're sleeping, you're something else. Now you have gathered up everything and you're too serious about it. In sleep, you're not serious. Why? Mind was gone. Why? Mind is dead and no samsara for you. No maya for you while you're sleeping. When you get up, only all the maya, all the problems begin. Because the duality comes in and then you start suffering along. Then you start taking life very seriously. So in the Jagrata Avastha, you are serious. In the Nidra Avastha, you're not serious. Swapna Avastha, you can be serious. So most of the time, you are serious. Ronak T, can you suggest any book I should read and get more serious? What have all the books done to us? What have all the spirituality, all the lectures, and all these things does to it? It has made us only more serious. I was reading just now, just I think half an hour or 45 minutes back. Ramana's one beautiful. He says, you are simply entertaining yourself. It read something like you are reading one book after the other continuously. Whereas you even know it is the same truth. It is lead you to the same truth, but language is different, expression is different, a little story is different, variation is there. So you are entertained in reading all the variation, but you know the truth. It is all going to lead to one truth only. And Ramana asks, why don't you directly go to the truth instead of wasting your time in all these variations? Just 45 minutes back I read. Books are good, scriptures are good, discourses are good, paths are good, religion is good if it can unclutch you. If it is adding more of burdens, I wouldn't suggest. I would say burn your books. Books add weight. Books make us more serious. I read books, but I read it from a different plane of consciousness. I don't read it with this anxiety and looking for answers, hoping that I will find something in that book. Nothing to find there. Whenever I read scriptures, whenever I read any kind of book, it is just for a cross verification of what is happening within. So whenever I read any shastras, whenever I read any mistakes, any saints, any commentaries, or any discourse, when I'm looking at that, I reflect immediately something that has already happened within me. It reflects outside, and then I say, this is it. Confirmation. Like I told you about Anantirth Maharaj, whom I met in Uttarkashi. He said his guru sent him out after 22 years of giving him all the wisdom of Vedanta. Said, now you go and Brahman. Why? Because whatever you have read, now you will see it in your real life experiences, and now you will be able to confirm the truth that you learnt. So what we read, what we take in, even what you're listening to me right now, you should be able to realize that within, otherwise even these videos are useless. They will be only burden. So I am talking from that point of view that if you really want to unburden something, there is some basics that you need to settle into. And then you do anything. You go even to 10 gurus, you will not get stuck. You read hundreds of books, you will not get stuck. You will have clarity. I know sometimes people ask me book and I tell them read then books. And they'll come and ask me from there only that book. What does this mean? But that book said this. I said, छोड़ो यार book छोड़ो फेंको उसको. Book is not meant for you because it's confusing you more. And I feel guilty. I told you read those books. You have more questions now. Books are supposed to clear your questions, answer and give you solutions, but it is giving you more questions. That is what some basics are there that you must always settle down before entering any book, any museum, any library, any path, any culture, any tradition, any whatever adventure you are entering into. You should have first some basics and foundations, right? That is what we are talking here about. Simple funda about this mind psychology, how this psychology functions in my life, and how my mind is the whole culprit. ये बार बार दोहराओ इसको. Go into this very deeply until you realize and say that, oh, it's my mind is playing the game. You should enforce it so much that whenever something happens, you should say, oh, my mind is at play again. फिर शुरू हो गया इसका. You should come to that extent. Otherwise, you'll forget it. Abhi you are listening, mind is a culprit. But the moment you close the video, you'll do something again, you'll forget all those things. Sab gaya. Maybe the discourse or the lecture is there in your head or the wisdom is there in your head, but the fundamentals have gone. The basic fundamental is to realize that mind is the culprit. And that is the reason you're shifting into awareness, because you don't want to be in that mind. Simple as that. Why you're doing all this technique, peripheral vision, scanning your own body, being present here and there. What are you trying to do? You're trying to unclutch the mind, because these are practices which if you keep on doing, it trains you in a certain way, and slowly the mind gets unclutched. As simple as that. That's the purpose of it. So the purpose of why we are doing, if it is clear, then you will do it very sincerely and very, very rigorously. You will do. This has to be very clear. And when I say don't take life very seriously, it's nothing but a time pass. This fundamental again has to be clear. Otherwise, you can't. Just because somebody says life is a time pass, and I say, oh, okay, it's a time pass. Let me go and do some time pass. You won't be able to do it because everything will hurt you. Everything will be serious around you. Why? I forgot. My mind is taking it seriously. I forgot. Awareness is gone. But if I have the fundamental right all the time that I am so watchful on my mind, I don't spare it. Mind is very cunning, I know. I am not going to spare it. I'm going to be so vigilant. And that becomes a habit, subconscious habit, that it becomes my personality. It becomes my attitude. All the time, mind is on watch. Anytime it plays a game, you are watching it. Only then life will start becoming a play. Because every time you're looking at the mind and you say, oh, there's a nonsense. And the moment you get into awareness and see, yeah, it's not serious. And every moment, every time you are having that realization, you are getting this stronger conviction that, yeah, life is not so serious. But if I keep forgetting it and I keep taking it, everything literally serious, and what the mind is telling me, everything I literally believe it, and keep reacting to it, responding to it, justifying to it, and being affected by it, life can never be a play. Life will always be serious. That is what I exactly mean by constipated looks. All the tapasvis have this very constipated look. You can see anger in their face always. Anger, frustration, restlessness. So much of doing is there. Doing. And all the tapasvis you see, look at them. Carefully look at them. All have forgotten how their mind is playing. Nobody is aware. You know how difficult it is. Even people who are trying to practice this awareness also see that how the mind catches them. Imagine those people who don't even know this fundamental, all the doers. You're caught up in the mind, in the that mind only does it. मन ही करता, मन ही भोग रहा है. Nobody is understanding that. Nobody wants to even look into that area. Everybody wants to finish their karma. Only purpose, only intention is finish my karma. Why are you running to finish your karma? Oh, because the day I finish my karma, I will breathe and sit nicely. Then you're never going to breathe and sit nicely. Because the day you are finish your karma, you're done with life. What is there to breathe and sit there? You're gone. You're done with it. Breathe and sit and relax means now you should do it with the karma, not without the karma. Without the karma, you see. I told you in the morning, Chidakashikita, no karma, no mind. Or mind dissolve ho gaya, no mind, there will be no karma. If the mind is completely dissolved, absolutely there cannot be karma because karma is in the mind only. Or if the karma is completely dissolved, there is no mind. And today's Chidakasha Gita very clearly explained what happens when there is no mind. You're mukta, done with, khatam. Avadut's sthiti is that no mind, mind is dissolved, completely dissolved. So now tell me, everybody has this psychology of, let me go ahead, do this, do that, and nullify my karma and neutralize it or destroy it or dissolve it or burn it out and all those things, and then one day I will be free after all the rigorous work. You cannot be free because that pattern of doing and undoing and struggling and restlessness has gone so deep in your subconscious that I believe even if all your karmas burn, the mind will continue functioning that way. There is nothing to do, but you will still do. It might be even empty, but the mind is in that habit. It's going there. It's a pattern. It's a conditioning. From where? Who told you? Who knows? Who can measure their karmas? How much it is? How much it is not there? How much balance is there? Nobody can do it. Tukka maar rahe sab. Just a guesswork they're doing. Just a guesswork. Nobody knows accurately. Not even saints know the quantity of karma left and how much time, and nobody can accurately say all this here. Karma is so intrinsic. Karma is very complex. Don't just think that it can be just solved like that, or just because we know kriyaman karma, sanchit karma, prarabdha karma, तीन definitions आ गए. We don't ever think that you can understand karma. It's so complex structure, and the more you put your head in it, the more complicated it will become. That is why danya, mistakes like Ramana said, leave it alone. That's a different plane where you should not even put your head into. Don't enter into those zones. It's a big catch. Because if you enter there, you will never be relaxed. You'll never take life lightly. You cannot sit and breathe. You cannot be free. You cannot be cheerful if you're in the mind. And the whole attitude of going in and burning and destroying, and with the hope that one day you see what happens. You look around. I've been seeing all the people around all these years. Not one have seen saying that 5 साल हो गया, 10 साल हो गया, 15 साल हो गया, 20 साल हो गया, मैंने कर्म ये किया, वो किया, ऐसे ऐसे किया और अब मैं मुक्त हो गया. Not one person. अभी भी दौड़ लगी है. Going on. I am not advocating that you must not do those things and all that. Do whatever the methods, follow whatever is supposed to be done, but you can also do it in a very detached way. That is what I'm saying. Even awareness can be practiced in any path. Awareness means you are completely aware that I'm not going to take these things very seriously. What's happening in my life, what's happening in my mind, because it don't exist in a certain way. You are very crystal clear in that. When you're clear in that, and when you're floating around, when you're unclutched from your mind, and then you do any practices to release your karma and all that, it makes sense, because even while releasing, even while doing your practice, you are a relaxed person. Even as a doer, you can be relaxed once you understand the fundamentals. And once you are aware, you are an aware being, conscious being, you can be liberated even while in the doership also. Nobody is telling not to do. But it is horrendous to see when people are doing and have no awareness and are not conscious of what this whole funda is about. Then it becomes very tiring. It becomes very disappointing and very discouraging. That is why people get discouraged. Sometimes people after a certain point ask, ये काम भी करता है क्या? This is all this work, or am I having? Because I can't see anything in that. You can't. It's not that you can't see. You are looking at all these things, your success, your progress from a wrong point. You are sitting again in the mind and seeing it. You move away from the mind, become aware, and then you will see your progress. Great progress is there. You will see the Guru Kripa, Paramatma Kripa, everything you'll see. The Kripa, the grace you can see, but you have to move into awareness and see. You cannot sit in the mind and see. You mind will never show you all these things. That is what I'm trying to say. So when you practice these very simple things and get a catch over it, start getting little mastery over it, you'll see the liberation happening. But to see again, don't sit in the mind and analyze it. It will not give you. If you sit in the mind and say, is this working? Is that working? I am not able to. One case, that is a wrong place. Too late. Not aware. Awareness अभी अच्छे से practice नहीं हुआ, because awareness means before you fall into that mind also you are alert. Before a thought is coming to you only, you are alert. Before reacting also, I'm telling. One thought comes and you react to it. Before that also, there is a stage where the thought is coming and you are aware of that thought. That point is where you catch it. If you don't, you're tumble down. And you enter into the mind, and there you sit even and question things about your own practice, about your own self. You've gone too far now. And you're not even aware that you're caught by the mind. So that is where the little twist is there. If you can keep watch on that. So I always suggest freak out. Do anything and everything in life. Really, I'm telling you. I put my hands into everything. I'm telling you literally, because that gives me freedom and not into one thing only. Variety, diversity, spread out yourself, expand yourself into everything. I believe that when you expand your consciousness, you will start experiencing life in all its dimensions. Don't be reserved on only one thing. That is rigidity again. Oh, no, only my way. Move into everything and see how life will be fun. I sit here and talk very serious topics, and when I am in some certain stage, I'm very serious, very meditative. But I can be the opposite also when I, because if I hold on to one rigid thing, oh, I've got to be very meditative, very peaceful, and very spiritual, and all that, then I lose out. Who's telling me that my conditions, my patterns are telling? My mind is telling me that, which is wrong. Freedom means wherever you are, हर हाल में खुशी, any situation, everything is okay. So you should be able to sing even in the places where you're not supposed to sing. I remember once when me and my friend were stuck in Tirunamalai. We had gone there and Lalita had been arrested and there was violence and buses being burned down and suddenly the whole Tirunamalai shut down and we had no idea. Next day, Bangalore, my flight is there back to Delhi. And my guru is waiting there. They have serious work. I can't miss the flight. And Tirunamalai में एक बस नहीं, एक गाड़ी नहीं. Everything is locked down. Curfew. No food also. People were going here and there, and some hotels they were getting one idli, two idlis, and coming back to eat that. Nothing else left. Nowhere. Everything shut down. Suddenly. And me and my friend are stuck there. Don't know what to do. And then in the evening, when the curfew just relaxed, they put 144 that time rule. And we wanted to find a way out. We went out, taxis, nobody saying yes. Even the taxis. And normally from there to Bangalore, if we have to come, it's hardly like 4,000 bucks or 5,000 bucks. They were charging 10,000. One guy said 10,000. Because it's very risky. They are burning down vehicles there in the border of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Such serious things. And the other thing is, I was on duty and I had come for 1 day holiday, 2 day holiday. I had not even informed my guru. I informed my guru's son. And that thing was there because he was waiting for me. Guru was waiting there for me. Some important work. And struggling here, we don't know what to do. Such a tenseful moments. We sat inside the room and we started meditating. There's no other way out. Know what to do. What else can you do? Surrendered, complete surrendered. We both sat, we prayed. Nothing else to do. And we came out and nobody, few people here and there. And we are going from shop to shop because दोपहर से कुछ खाया नहीं है. Morning we had eaten, afternoon no lunch. Night it is almost like 9 o'clock or something at night, and we are out, both of us, searching for shops. All shop, one, two here and there, pan shops. What are you going to eat there? Then we see an ice cream shop. We go there and then he says, "No, I'm closing." He's putting the shutter. We pleaded, "Please, if anything you can give." Then he said, "A little sweet lassi is there if you want." Ah, give whatever. And we took both the lassi. In the lassi we took half, and we came out of the shop and we are walking now. We don't know where to go, what to do. God only knows. And then a policeman called. Cop was there, and we told him SSI. He said, "No way. Next 4 days is completely closed. There is no way of any transportation. All buses are banned from moving." I said we had urgency to go and all that. I said you can't help it. Then we said okay, sir, and we were moving. And then the cop called me back again. Come here. He said one possibility is there. One train comes at 4 a.m. in the morning, but I don't know about the trains. You can check it out. If you get that, you will be lucky. You will reach Bangalore somewhere by 2 o'clock. I said my flight is 3 o'clock. What a deadly timing. I said let's go and see. So me and my friend were walking, and then the ice cream shop came, and we went. We took lassi, sweet lassi, bouquet, aade dono. And when we came out, we looked at each other. We burst out laughing. Don't know for what. We were just laughing at everything, freaking out. And he said, "We'll walk." There was no, everything is empty. We'll walk another 2 kilometers to the railway station. We started walking that night, almost like 10 o'clock. And we both are doing cheers and singing songs, Hindi songs gaate, oh, streets pe Tiruvannamalai ke. We are singing nicely and laughing and having jokes, and nobody knows why we also don't know why we're laughing, but we're feeling like laughing. Even in the dead serious situation. I believe when When you get into those kind of modes, things happen. And then a miracle happened. Auto guy came. No autos, huh? We are looking for autos. No autos all this while. Because we wanted to go. One auto guy came straight and stood next to us. Tamil he asked. We said railway station. He said hop in. We both hopped in. Full speed he drove to the road pure khali. Straight to the railway station. Stopped there. How much? Said 20 rupees. I said 20 rupees only. Okay, no problem. I gave him. Went off. Full speed he went off. Then we went into the station. We went to inquire. And they said, yes, the train is there, but it comes at 4 o'clock. And when what time it reaches? If on time, it will reach at 1 o'clock, close to 1 o'clock. And I am like scared because I have to go then to the airport. No chance, I feel. We have no option. But by the time, it's almost like 11 o'clock now. Now 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock train, when to go back, when to come, when to, no idea. Still we are laughing. Out of the station, we came out laughing and having a good time. Just we walked a few steps out of the station. The same rickshaw guy came. Same guy. Front he came and stood. Where? We said room, lodge. Hop in. We hopped in. Full speed to the room. And while we are going, I'm telling my friend, Arey yaar, tomorrow 4 o'clock is the train. That means we have to get up at 2 o'clock and have our bath and all that and leave because 1 hour earlier we have to leave. God knows, auto kahan milega. 2-3 kilometer we have to walk. So we have to leave at 2 o'clock only. 3 o'clock only we have to get up at 2 o'clock. I said, it's almost going to be 11:30 now. How much time are we going to sleep? We'll go and sleep fast. And the auto guy lodge के सामने रुक गया. He stopped there. How much I asked him? He said 20 rupees. I said, 20 rupees? Okay, I gave him. And then when I was giving him, he said, take my number. I said, why? Oh, you are talking no now. Tomorrow morning you have to go. You can call me, I'll come. I said, are you sure? It is going to be very early. Yeah, sure. He was not talking much. Yeah, sure. So we took his number. He said, give me a call and I'll come. 15 minutes before, whenever you want, you give me a call. And he went off full speed. So we were scratching our head. Who's this guy? So we were talking to each other. Hey, bharosa mat karo. Don't with we don't know if he doesn't get up in the morning, and we fear like aram say, and if he doesn't come in the morning or his cell phone is switched off, we say we'll go according to our plan. We'll get up at 2. So we got up at 2. We had our bath, cold water bath in Tiruvannamalai, small lodge it was, and we had our bath and all that. And I tried giving him a call. Let me see. I gave him a call. One ring he picked up. He was in sleep, no doubt. आवाज आ रही थी. I said, we are so and so. Yesterday we had met. Ha. Okay, okay. I'll come in 15 minutes. I said, okay, fine. This guy's come. He came at the right time. We checked out everything, put our bags in it, full speed to the station. We gave him extra this time. Went off. No idea from where this auto guy came. No autos running there. 3 times, same guy. To drop us to station, to take us back to the lodge, and next day again to drop us back to the station. But one thing was there, even whether the auto guy came or not, we were laughing. Don't know why. Tense situation. I am only seeing my guru's face now because I can't miss the flight. Had to take it. And next day, I see the train came and it was running late. And every moment I was like, oh my God, it's going to be late. Okay, it's in time. But whatever the situation is happening, we are still in that mood only, both in that same mood. And somehow it reached, and by the time we went there and I entered the airport, my name was being called out. They were closing. And then we had some tuffles and all that, and finally I got into that flight. Miracle. Just miracle. But what I'm trying to tell you is, Now when I look at it, it was all a time pass only लगता है. उस time पे नहीं लगता है. That time it's very serious. But actually what is happening is a time pass. In your lives also, anything is happening serious. It's just a time pass. You just reflect back on your own life and see. Just think right now and see any serious incident that has happened in your life. That was so like your heart came till here. Just recollect those situations and you will see now if you recollect, you will see. No significance. You can laugh about it now. Why? Because you know, because you are alive right now. Now you are sitting alive. You are sitting everything fine. How much ever problems you might even talk negatively about that problem. ऐसा हुआ वैसा हुआ you. But अभी तो जिंदा हो ना. अभी तो ठीक ठाक हो ना. Means you survived all that. You came through all that. Means what? Just imagine all your life from childhood, what all kind of problems it has gone to. और ऐसे कितने बार लगा कि नहीं इसके ज्यादा नहीं, it is impossible. But now here you are sitting, passed through all that. So now if you look back, it looks like a joke. It all took care of itself. Now if you look very carefully and see, there is nothing to be so serious you will find. If you look at many things in life, you'll say, why did I take it so seriously? So these also, when you reflect properly like this, you will get freedom from within. You will understand this is how life functions. Everything is always serious. Today also, right now, what you're sitting and thinking and worrying, so big, like, oh, you don't know our tensions. For you, it is easy. Now also you see, after 10 years or after 5 years, today's situation, you will laugh. Because what you think and worry about, that never happens, first of all. 95% of the thing that you think about doesn't happen. But still we will think. Why? Chanchalman. That is the play of the mind. So in this whole play, there is this guy, this mind doing its own play. You have to realize this in this angle. Don't look at somebody else's teachings or all that. Don't look at somebody, okay, somebody is talking and I'm saying this. Reflect in your own life. You'll see the joke. You'll see how serious it is. Then it is worth even sitting now and contemplating. Am I, whatever I'm thinking, is it really worth it? That is why I say, live bindas. Freak out and celebrate life. I enjoy every moment of my life, whichever situation it is. Sometimes even it's not easy. Sometimes it's tense. Sometimes it is this. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it is so easy. I look at so many people in my life. Thank God they are like messenger. Tausif, my auto driver. Today also he was so tensed. 3 4 days he was so tensed. He was telling me, pray for me. My hands are praying, paining. You know, the handle of this auto has become very hard. I don't know what. Praying. Do something, and he's applying something and all that. I told him just check it out. Check your vehicle some problem. No? He was not rectifying that. For almost 1 week he was that way, and all this was catching. Finally, he took to the mechanic or something, and then they said some things have gone and you got to lubricate it and all that. Now it's moving fine. So today he was very happy. Today when we went out, he said, "Sir, मेरा गाड़ी कैसा लग रहा है?" I said, "बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, स्मूथ लग रहा है नहीं लग रहा है नहीं लग रहा है नहीं ये देखो ऐसे ऐसे हुआ." And he was like, "Ah, अब मेरा हाथ को चैन आ गया." And he was singing loudly and he was saying, "Ah, I feel so nice," and all that. And then suddenly he remembered. He's laughing like, look at it, child, like he's telling, कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, इतना सुंदर लग रहा है, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, इतना दिन से मैं परेशान, अभी मस्त लग रहा है. And he is driving like this, गाना गाते इधर उधर घुमा रहा है and all those things. And I am also laughing with him. And then suddenly he remembers, सर पता है वो साला एक्स 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 म्यूट गंदा गाली दिया उसने, वो साला एक्स वाई जेड मैकेनिक कितना लिया पता है, मेरा वो सिंपल मटेरियल का 800 रुपये लगा. और उसने 1200 रुपए लिया, ही टुक 1200, material was only 800, 2000 rupees I spent. Suddenly he became serious. He was playful, he was suddenly very serious. Then I told him, then why did you go to that mechanic? You should have gone. Hey, now I know. I'll not go to that guy. He looted me. He is this kind, that kind. He was like that angry. But then I said, but your auto is fine, right? Suddenly his mood changed. And he said, hey देखो कितना अच्छा जा रहा है. He left his hand and he's going. ये जा रहा है. अपने आप जा रहा है ना. पहले खींच खींच से रहा था राइट को. बहुत खींच रहा था ना. अभी देखो अपने आप जा रहा है. And while he said that, गाड़ी राइट को मूव हो रहा था. So I said, ये देख राइट को जा रहा है अभी भी. And then he said, हाँ जा रहा है लेकिन 1%, 99, he said in English, 99% it is fine, 1% not fine, I don't care. बोला और उसने जोर से और एक गाना गाया. I said, this is life here. This is life. For them, $2,000 is too high. What they earn, what they do, it's a big, big deal for them. But end में उसने थूक दिया उस चीज को. I have seen him literally that way. He'll tell me all his problem and then he'll only laugh over it. I learned so much from all these people. These are all jovial people celebrating life and all those things. And practical spirituality I have learned from Tausif. गंदे गाली भी देता है. Auto guys how they are. All those things are there. उनकी है वो tendencies है वो सब ठीक है. लेकिन दिल का साफ. दिल साफ तो सब माफ मैं बोलता हूँ. सब कुछ बावरे. Because that karma also will not affect if you're doing anything because that intention is coming out of purity, so it will not affect. And good, these guys are not educated. Good, these guys are not spiritual about karma वर्मा ये सब चीजें. they would have gone. कितने कर्म है. गाड़ी चलाते वही सोचते रहता था मेरा ये सब मुसीबत वो कर्म की वजह से. he would have gone there. Our lives are that way. Everything we blame our karma. Oh, this is my karma, this is there, too much of load is there, that is there, too much of wisdom, this cause hota hai. No wisdom, look at these guys, auto drivers, happy. 2 वक्त की रोटी बोलता हूँ, खाता हूँ, मौज मस्ती में खाता हूँ, डलिया खाता हूँ बोलता है. डलिया इज नॉन वेज. क्या नहीं जी माँ, टेंशन नहीं लेता मैं. कितना भी क्या भी करे पूरा दिन को, रात को जाके वही 2 डिल्लिया खातू, मस्त खातू, इतना चपाती इतना ये खातू और सोख छोड़ दूं. बाद में फजर कुछ देखने का. फजर को 5 बजे उठने का, फिर चलाने का गाड़ी और मस्त होके. तुम्हें अभी फोन करे मेरे को, मैं सोया था उधर, आधा घंटा मेरे को नींद लगा. मैं केला खाया, भूख लगी जी. बैठा था दोपहर को, खाना ही नहीं खाया और बैठा था. भूख लग गया, केला दिखा, केला उठा को खाक छोड़ा. कहा को नींद लगी हूँ वहां को, आज सोया मैं गाड़ी में. आधे घंटा सोया तुझी मस्त. तुम्हारा फोन आया, फिर मैं उठा. मैं देखा हाँ अभी फ्रेश हुआ मैं. ये केला मेरे को फ्रेश किया और आया मैं तुम्हारे पास. Look at that spirit, man. He is hungry. He has eaten one banana. Look at his spirit. I hope you understood. This is how we talk. I I often call him. अरे एक बार आ तू इधर. मैं इधर वॉकिंग को जाता हूँ, मेरे साथ चल एक बार. तेरा रिकॉर्डिंग करने का मेरे को इंटरव्यू लेता हूँ तेरा. कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ तुझे. बिकॉज ही गिव्स सॉलिड स्पिरिचुअल आंसर्स. कुछ पता नहीं बट ही गिव्स सॉलिड आंसर्स. और उस दिन फकीर के गाने गाता है. एंड ही एक्सप्लेन्स द मीनिंग ऑल्सो. फकीरी पता है. मैं भी वही गाता हूँ फकीर गाने. तो आई बिलीव ही नो स्पिरिचुअलिटी. पता है उनको, अंदर से ही पता है. प्रैक्टिकल स्पिरिचुअलिटी without too much of knowledge, too much of glamour, nothing in it. Simple, free. I see him always free. हमेशा हंसमुख, हंसते खेलते. और हम तपस्वी लोग कॉन्स्टिपेटेड ऑल द टाइम, सब कुछ रहने के बावजूद ऐसा भी नहीं कि नहीं है, वी हैव एवरीथिंग बट वी आर इन डायर सिचुएशंस. So this is how, when we actually open up and we start living, we look at life in a different angle. What I am trying to teach here in shifting into awareness is, live in this moment, live and do whatever you can to the best, forget the rest. Do whatever you can and forget the rest. Freak out life, enjoy life. Enjoy matlab in awareness. If you enjoy life without awareness, that creates more of burden, bondage. It binds you to more life because it binds you unwanted karmas. But if you live consciously, you can glide through life without accumulating more stuff. And even if good, bad, ugly, whatever come, because you are centered. What does shifting into awareness shift? When you shift into awareness, what I see is you move into the center, being centered. Neither too high, neither too low. You're very neutral, calm, normal person. Not too excited, hyper excited, and then hypo excited, hypo depressed. You can have a little kind of consistency in life. That consistency liberates you. For me, I believe that is what life is. It gives meaning and purpose to life. जिंदा रहने का एक मजा आता है. So these examples that I gave you in distress also. Now this is not put on like चलो दुख हुआ, let us divert our mind, चलो खुश रहेंगे. हमारी अध्यात्म सब अपने को ऐसे ही उल्लू बनाता है. नेगेटिव थॉट है, पॉजिटिव सोचो. सब ढोंग, हिपोक्रेसी. अंदर से खुश नहीं, बाहर से खुश, पॉजिटिव माइंड. अंदर पूरा नेगेटिव, बाहर से पॉजिटिव बनो. नहीं होता हो, ढोंग है वो. What I am saying is, it should happen very naturally. सहज. So सहजता से if it has to happen, you have to be in the neutral always. When neutral, when you are not affected, वो अपने आप आएगा. अफेक्ट होने के बाद फिर एक दूसरा ढोंग करके क्या फायदा है? It's not going to help and it will pain more. अंदर खुश नहीं है, बाहर से दिखाओ खुश. It will pain more. It will hurt more. So for me, life is freaking out. Whenever I have opportunities, I try to freak out. Whichever situation I'm in, the mood, go with that. You must have seen some of my videos are serious. My face also is serious. Sometimes it is light. It is on that state. I don't have to change that and make one monotonous that I fit into one bracket and make myself into that is to please anyone. What is the need? I am telling you, when you are yourself, people appreciate that more. When you can be you with authenticity. If you're angry, you're angry. If I'm angry, I'm angry. If I don't like certain things and I have to say that, I'll say. If my mind is not feeling good, I'm not, it will show up on my face. What is there to hide? Whom have I to prove anything? Nothing to prove to anybody. Who cares? Who damn cares? कि कौन क्या सोचता है. मैं बोलूं ये सबसे बड़ी मुक्ति है. ये छोड़ो सोचना कि कौन क्या सोचता है. सोचने वाले तो आपको खिलाने वाले नहीं है. सोचने वाले तो आपके ख्याल नहीं रखने वाले हैं. तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Why to please anybody? So when they called me first time for the satsang there in Rishi Gurukulam. Not first time. Now in the Mumbai also they were having some satsang. They said you come. Then somebody said no, 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 no. He's not the right kind of person. He doesn't like all these songs and all. So ऐसे वाले सत्संग नहीं. तो उन्होंने फोन करके मुझे बोला आपको इसमें नहीं बुला रहे हैं, आपका अलग सत्संग है. I said why? उसमें क्या है? Oh no, we are going to sing some film songs, philosophical and all that, but film song आपको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. I said क्या बोल रहे हो आप? You asked me to sing any film song, even right now I'll enjoy and freak out and sing all the songs you tell me. Any song you tell me, philosophical, non-philosophical, दर्द भरे गीत कुछ भी टाइप के आप बोलो, बॉलीवुड टाइप के, आई कैन सिंग, बिकॉज एक जमाने में पी के मैं ऑर्केस्ट्रा में गाता था। आई यूज्ड टू booze and sing all these songs. So it's there in me, that thing is there in me, that memory में है वो सब. If I want to recreate just because I have turned a spiritual being, whom am I trying to impress? And who cares? Even if I sing any song. And देखो जब mood आता है, I'll just sing if it comes. I think that day we were singing one thing. Somebody told me, क्या गाने गा के डाल रहे हो तुम रिकॉर्डिंग करके, क्या पागलपन है तुम्हारा, क्या जरूरत है ये सब डालने की, ऐसा क्या है उसमें, क्या अच्छा लगा मुझे ऐसे. इट वाज नसरुद्दीन शाह's वन सॉन्ग. बरसात के मौसम में, तन्हाई के आलम में, बरसात के मौसम में, तन्हाई के आलम में, मैं घर से निकल आया, बोतल ही उठा लाया, अभी जिंदा हूँ तो जी लेने दो, जी लेने दो, भरी बरसात में पी लेने दो. ये क्या गाने डाल रहे हो तुम. आई सेड देखो इतना मौज में लग रहा गाना हो. अभी जिंदा हूं तो जी लेने दो, जी लेने दो, भरी बरसात में पी लेने दो, भरी बरसात में पी लेने दो, जिंदा हूं तो जी लेने दो. आई सी दिस लिरिक्स, मुझे अच्छा लगा. अब इसको वो दारू पड़ा है, थिंक वो तो नशेड़ी सॉन्ग है. अरे जाने दो, मुझे सुनते ही मजा आया. आई एम श्योर आपको भी सुनकर अभी मजा आया होगा. हाउएवर इट इज, व्हाटएवर इट इज, इट हैज नो डेफिनेशन कि स्पिरिचुअल सॉन्ग गाओ. It is all about the shift that you do, in whichever you should be able to adapt anywhere. It be like water, be like fluid, whichever situation are you, adapt to that, quickly adapt to that. Don't be rigid like the पत्थर, रॉक नहीं. एक रॉक को आप लो, बर्तन में डालो, इट विल नॉट गो इनसाइड. बड़ा भांडी में डालो, उसमें जाएगा, ग्लास में नहीं जाएगा, इसमें नहीं जाएगा, उसमें नहीं जाएगा. रिजिड पानी सब में डालो, इट विल गेट adapt to anything. There is so much freedom in, and there is so much fun in that you can celebrate. Other day I was in Ganeshpuri, I was sitting there, nice meditation वगैरह हो गया. शंकर अन्ना के पास बैठ के उसका एक चाय पी रहा था. अन्ना चाय पियो, चाय पियो. He loves making one type of coffee. He gave, okay. I sat there and I was drinking. अचानक से one guy came who knows me there, बाइक लेके आया. अरे जेकब भाई चलो तुमको एक सरप्राइज देता हूँ. बोला क्या हुआ यार, आराम से बैठा हूँ. अरे चलो तो सही. सर ओके चलो. बाइक पे बैठा उसके, डर लेके गया पीछे से, तानसा नदी के वहां से पीछे से वो ब्रिज के पास. देन ही शोड मी, ये देखो ये नया है, ये आश्रम आया है, इधर है, इधर भी रूम्स है, आपको चाहिए तो इधर भी आराम से आप रह सकते हो, एनी टाइम यू वांट कम हियर. आई सेड वेयर आर वी गोइंग, बट अरे दिखाता हूँ तुमको, मजा आएगा तुमको. और लेके गए. एंड इट वाज हिज सिस्टर्स हाउस. अंदर गए, मुझे लेके गए, एंड ही इंट्रोड्यूस्ड, ये है सो सो सो. एंड एवरीबॉडी वाज देयर, हिज फैमिली वाज देयर. I saw it was all different kind of people. They are not spiritual and all that. Very, and some celebration was happening. Birthday चल रहा था कुछ तो. I said, where have you brought me? I said, नहीं नहीं अभी केक काटने का है and all. And that is the thing I actually don't like. Birthdays, cutting one's cake, wishing or taking wishes, not interested. And he took me right there, and for the next 2 hours, I was in that house, listening and being amongst all those things that you don't like, that I don't like. I had to cut the cake with them. I had to sing happy birthday to you. And I sang. I said, now if I try to resist, it will be a lot of problem. I just meditated and come and the mood is nice. Everything is nice. Why do I lose it? I sat there. I went with their family, and then they were joking and laughing with all those crude, no meaning jokes. Okay, we laughed and everything. 2 hours, and everybody had a good time, sang songs and listened to songs and everything. Came out with him, and he came and dropped me back. I said, "What was this? ये क्या है? ये episode क्या है?" And I thought maybe to teach me what I don't like. There only life went and put me there. Those kind of situations. So it will test you. It will test you and see. So if you're okay with it, like what I learned from Rishi Prabhakarji, everything is okay. From my guru, I learned Har Hal Mein Khushi. So if that frame goes, see, my guru also taught such a beautiful word, because that is what today's session is all about. Har Hal Mein Khushi means what? Life is joyous and celebrate. Life is a celebration in all aspects of life. And if life is a celebration, then it's just a play. What's serious about it? There's nothing serious about it. So, see, it's coming from a master because he's liberated, he's free, free from all entanglement. Nothing can condition, nothing can control his mind, nothing can change his state of being, the state of that stillness. Nothing should change from outside. It's not about the outside, it is about how strong my inside is. So, these simple things, if you just learn and just let go of too much of things, when you are not doing something, don't do it. Like if I'm not reading, I will not think about books. I came today late because I was watching a film with my mother. Every day, 6:30, 7 o'clock, I finish my walk and come 6:30, 7 o'clock. We put up every single day. She likes seeing movie. I don't like, but I sit with her and give her company because that is the only time I'm with her. So it was today. I started it late by for some reason, and that is the only time I sit with her and no complaints. And 9 o'clock हो गया मेरा time हो गया था ये live का. I came here and sat, but she was still watching. Usually she closes at 9 o'clock, but today I think it was interesting. She was watching. I waited. I put here and I just waited. I was doing my work and replying to the messages and all those things. And then she suddenly said, "Oh, if you want, you carry on. I'll stop." I said, "Okay." 9:10 she stopped and she went. She went in. I don't know if she must be watching this live also from inside. Sometimes she does. So she went off. And I came late. Okay, no big deal. So these are situations that we are adapting to. No complaints. Wherever you are put, however you are put. I have seen that there is great power in this. Because there are situations when I'm moving out, when I'm living in life, there are situations which is not very pleasant. But somehow I've seen that when those situations are not pleasant, I somehow don't go too much into that. I concentrate on my being in whatever I'm doing. It may be whatever, but I don't go too much into that. Sometimes I might enter into that, feel not nice, but somehow I don't like settling in those external things. External means out of something that is out of my being. I like being in my being, and that is exactly what I'm teaching, because there is liberation there when you are in your living in your being, and that being is such a comfortable place, just being with yourself. These simple techniques which I taught in that webinar that we had, living in divine presence, you don't know how powerful it is. Those who have learned it, very very powerful. Those are very simple technique, very powerful. They will develop and expand your consciousness to such an extent. That has given me leaps of consciousness, quantum leaps. That tattva, that, what do you call that, being centered and being in the presence of that awareness, began in Tirunamalai 2009, which now I'm seeing. I forgot all those things, but in 2009 it had began with all those experiences, and I believe that place is that. And with a couple of others also, when I was talking, they could relate and connect very well to that thing. So I know that's the place. So it doesn't take much time if you just have these kind of practices, simple practices where you are settling down those 2 3 steps that I told in that full day event that I took. Even if you just settle into that a little bit, and if you are fortunately coming back again to whoever attended that, if you are there in Tirunamalai, then you will see the difference. Same when you do it there, you'll see the difference. But till then, do it. There is still, I think, 1 week. Do it. That being, even if you are not able to fully be in that, whenever you can, do it. And then there are some more processes, some little processes which we apply there. You'll see when that blends together, it's so easy to get connected there. That's the whole purpose. Even Kanjangad also. Though whoever can make it, can make it. By the way, this 18th, March 18th, some of you could not make it, all from the Western countries. So I have kept it for you. It is at 5 in the evening, 6 in the evening, 6 to around close to midnight, it will go, 11:30 at least. So if anybody wants from India to join, you can join. And anybody who has done it, you want to repeat it, you can repeat it at even, um, I would not want you to, but if you want, you can join. No problem. And you can pay 50% of that also, no problem. Those who did it, if you want. So that if you want to strengthen that thing, you can do it. And those who are new, you can learn that process. If you are coming to anywhere to Kanjangad or to Tirunamalai, it will help you. Even if you don't come there also, if you just keep doing those practices also, it will help you. It will expand your awareness. It will help you be centered in your being all the time. So wherever you go, you're never bored. You can sit for hours in the bus alone. You can sit for hours in the train alone. You can sit for hours in your home alone. There are times I carry books for train journeys. I think, okay, I'll read something. थोड़ा टाइम उसमें ये होने के लिए, but most of the time I see I don't even have to touch the book. My little work in the mobile, and most of the time I'm just being with myself. I love it. I don't even feel like opening a book. Sometimes when there is some work related to that which I'm meant to make post or something, then I get into something that otherwise I don't even feel like. That's how powerful it is, that being. And these kind of beingness I've seen in great mystics. I know it's all connected to that only. I've seen my own guru sitting in that space, in his being. Even when he's working, he's in a being. There is a certain state of presence that he is in. So I know this is all related to that only. And I'm trying to share it in very, very simplistic manners. And you see those changes happening, and you can see great differences happening in so many different ways. So all that I'm saying is, if you get into that kind of a mode, life will become easy. You will be able to glide through it without putting any targets. Do not put any targets. Till when, how, where, why, don't put any targets. You just live in the moment and have that idea that right now, if I'm happy, right now, if I'm peaceful, I'm telling you how liberated it will be. I've done this many times. Suddenly, if you're, for example, if your face is stressed and your body is stressed, sometimes it happens. You're thinking serious. I know many of us will be right now also sitting very seriously looking at it. And just right now, observe your face and body and muscles, and they're tensed, most of you. You'll see that you're sitting with some certain rigidity, even despite explaining these things right now. And if you're breaking into smiles, good. If not, right now, I say smile. Right now, just do it. And a genuine smile, genuinely. That blush, that feeling which is there. Genuinely, for a moment, do it. Do it right now and see. Immediately, you'll see a change within your being. Genuinely, when you smile. For no reason, I do these practices. Not when I'm tensed or something. Sometimes when I'm thinking, and sometimes I go into a thought mode, and Suddenly I become aware, oh, of my face, of my being. It's little rigid. And the moment I immediately flash a smile without even thinking about it. That is conditioned in me. So when I'm sitting like this, suddenly a smile will come. That's something that I'm programming in myself. And when that happens, suddenly there is a shift inside at that moment. So if you keep on doing this, what will happen is you're restructuring yourself quickly out of that zone without you getting into more and more stuff into that. Kashmira, tell me some Babaji or Gurudev. No, this is no storytelling time. I'm telling you something serious here. You listen to that, it will benefit you. No storytelling. आया कोई स्टोरी सुन लेना, बट कोई फरमाइश नहीं, अब एक गाना सुनाओ, अब वो बताओ, अब ये बताओ, ऐसा नहीं होता. कोई मेरे फ्रेंड्स जा रहे थे एक बार, एंड आई डोंट टॉक दीज थिंग्स विथ माय फ्रेंड्स एट ऑल, क्लोज फ्रेंड्स. And so most of my friends only take me for granted. So they think we all take each other. मैं उतना ही नहीं, even I take them for granted. Friends, of course. कि बोलते हैं ना घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर जैसा. So many have that feeling that if you are close to me or I'm close to someone, we have that feeling, okay, ये तो चलता फिरता रेडियो है, anytime you can. So one day we were going in the car and my friend just said, हाँ तो भाई सुनाओ, और जा रहे हैं हम लोग. I said क्या सुनाओ, कुछ तो सुनाओ, क्या गाना सुनाओ, जो तुम बोलते रहते हो ना सुनाओ. मैं बोला एफएम रेडियो हूँ क्या, बटन दबाया और तुम ये सुनाओ, फरमाइश फरमाइश, ये ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. एंड दैट डे आई टेल लिटिल सीरियसली, ये ऐसा नहीं चलता कि दीज आर नॉट कैजुअल थिंग्स. अब ये ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे पास बहुत वक्त है, कुछ नहीं है, मतलब मैं गपशप के लिए यहाँ रात को ऑन करके बैठा हूँ. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. वेरी सीरियस. आई मीन व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, व्हाट माय वर्क. You might never understand what I'm doing, and that's okay. But I'm very serious about my work. You also got to be serious about that work. So I told them, it will not come to you. Even if I talk something very serious to, it will not come to you. I told my dear friends. Even the deepest spiritual thing, if I talk right now, it is not going to. पहले तो आएगा नहीं, because ये जब निकलता है, it will come according to the receptivity. It will not just flow. And that's okay, Kashmiri ji. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I forgot. आपसे शुरुआत की, but I went into something. ये बाकी का आपके लिए नहीं है. Don't. I'm sorry, sorry. वो याद आ गया मेरे को एक-एक चीज़ें. तो इट वो क्या होता है when you are in a certain zone and there is receptivity, you begin functioning. I'll tell you always, as you become liberated, more and more free, 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 and your consciousness keeps expanding and awareness expanding, you will notice that you will always be a mirror. I've seen this happening through other mistakes. I've seen this happening in my life also. You just become a mirror. Like, for example, if somebody cranky with some cranky consciousness comes around me, somehow without even my permission, they will get only cranky stuff. And I have nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. I see that reaction. There is no reaction internally or something, but there is something that spontaneously flows and it happens. And cranky people feel I'm cranky. Beautiful people feel I'm beautiful. Wise people feel I'm wise. Stupid people think I'm stupid. This kind of reactions, reflections just happen. It's not about the personality. It's not anything about the personality. I've seen it very spontaneously happening without them even telling. Sometimes people don't even tell anything, but sometimes when that vicinity is there, something starts coming out, and sometimes I say, why the hell am I saying this to this person? What did they do? But later, after some time, I come to know. Oh, it had a purpose. It's going there for that. Same way, that phenomenon only is when there is receptivity, this flows. It just flows. Wherever, what kind of receptivity is, it flows. And so, when I am trying to deliver something of this level of spirituality or deeper or um, more subtle things, when people with that kind of subtle things are around, I see I'm very talkative. And when people who are not aligned with that are around, I can be mauna for even 2 to 3 days without talking a single word. Sometimes whole day I'm mauna. I'm not doing it. It just happens. Sometimes I'm talking some kind of subjects which is absolutely nothing to do with me or them. Sometimes there is offense. Sometimes there is kind of fight I've seen. And then there is one part of me that's questioning, why the hell are you doing all that? Why do you want to get involved in all that? And the other part of me sees that it doesn't affect. It's strange. It's like a mirror. You start becoming like a mirror. Just reflect what people are around. So even I remember my friends used to call me. Every day we used to call my friends. Very casual calls. कभी 1 घंटा बात किए, 2 घंटा किए, 3 घंटा. Continuously keep on talking blah blah blah. Then everything is for granted. Then कभी कभी कुछ बोलने को नहीं है फोन में. When everything is over, nothing more to talk, and you don't want to give the phone also, and then you're like, और कुछ बोलो. मैं बोला क्या बोलूं, कुछ तो बोलो. मैं बोलूं बोलूं क्या, कुछ तो होना चाहिए ना बोलने के. अरे तुम्हारे पास तो इतना पड़ा है भंडार में, उसमें से कुछ तो बोलो. व्हाट डू यू मीन? अरे अध्यात्म एंड ऑल दैट. चलो एक काम करो, अध्यात्म के बारे में बोलो, कुछ तो इसके बारे में बोलो डीप. सर व्हाट नॉनसेंस इज दिस. ये कौन सी आपकी फरमाइश है, बटन दबा रहे हो और फरमाइश कर रहे हो. इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे. It doesn't go. I'm not telling you, huh, Kashmir ji. Good, you brought that thing. When this is one important aspects again. So once I started realizing that, ये क्या है, व्यर्थ, नो नो मीनिंग. ये जो घंटे घंटे भर बात करो, कोई अर्थ नहीं है. और उसमें इतना सीरियस हो जाओ, हर एक चीज में सीरियस हो जाओ. कहीं भी जाओ, किसी के साथ एक रिलेशनशिप बढ़ा लो, सीरियस हो जाता हो रिलेशनशिप. एक कोई तो पड़ाव में जाओ, कोई प्रोजेक्ट में जाओ, वो सीरियस हो जाता है. लाइफ में कभी भी कहीं भी डालो, जो व्यक्ति सीरियस है बोल रहा हूँ, जो मुक्त है, मुक्त के साथ मुक्त रहोगे तुम. सीरियस लोगों के साथ पंगे. ऑल द सीरियस पीपल, द अनकॉन्शियस पीपल, जोड़ के देखो उनके साथ, तुम्हारी चेतना नीचे आ जाएगी, नीचे आके रास्ते पर फ्लैट हो जाएगी. आई लर्न लेसन्स. नो बाबा, हमसे तो नहीं हो पा रहा. आई कैनॉट. तो आई ऑलवेज बिड मेनी ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स गुड बाय. नॉट आउट ऑफ दिस, बट ऐसे नहीं जम रहा. इट्स नॉट. आपको भी तकलीफ, मुझे भी तकलीफ, तो मुझे अपने दुनिया में रहने दो, आप आपकी दुनिया में रहो. एंड विच एवर आर लाइक माइंडेड, वी हैव अ ग्रेट टाइम. एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू, माई लाइक माइंडेड फ्रेंड्स आर नॉट वेरी big shots or very great spiritual guys. They are simple guys like Tausif and all that, whom I enjoy with. Children are there, little children, beautiful, open, free, nice. And some friends are there who don't know spirituality only, but are so open that you feel like being with them. And that is where I learned spirituality is not so serious. That's why I always tell spirituality is very simple. You can see it in life around. I see so much spirituality in my cat every single day. So much of love and happiness and playfulness and stillness. patience, so many things in that little one. Love, then and that meditativeness. When he's sitting with me, he's meditating all the time. He'll be doing like this. So things like these also you can relate with. So I think today's session is done with, and nowadays I'm little more disciplined, getting on time for the Chidakasha Gita. Oh, I can see many people are here. I didn't see your comments on YouTube. Sorry. Okay. Anything on today's question? Any questions on today's session? Or always find funny things going around and laughs and continues. Yeah, Ganu bhai. Jai Shri Nityanand. Somebody said. Now when I'm doing the Chidakasha Gita, I can see all my old friends from Bhagavan Nityananda's. They are mingling. Yeah, Hyderabadi tha bhai wo. Hyderabadi, pakka Hyderabadi. But he had written something in Hindi. I couldn't find it. I couldn't read it. This also is very strange. Very, very strange. कि एक जमाने में I used to talk the same tattva, but I had a different identity. When I was with my master in Delhi, so I had a different group, different community people, different, but who are they? Human beings, and all are spiritual seekers. But the moment I came on this platform and I talk same tattva is what I'm talking right now, koi difference nahi. All these years I've been talking the same subject. During when the pandemic came, I was the same religious spiritual guy whom they had this identity. I had just come from Delhi, so I was doing all this during pandemic, and there was a set of people that was all like hoo halla, all of them like very active, very hyper excited, and all this, because they were believing I am so and so. They I had an identity that time. So that hulala was for that identity because something was coming from that. Okay, some good words they felt, but they felt because they could identify with the guru, my guru, only for that reason. But as days passed, I could see when I no more took the name of anything, no identity, I started dropping every identity, including change my name, no identity I wanted, and completely dissolved everything. Began some doing something completely different, the same truths in a different expression, but the others felt, oh, something different. And sab titar pitar, sab idhar udhar gayab. And then for a long time, nobody there until I'm talking. The moment I talk about my guru or anything regarding his teachings, suddenly there will be same gangs again. Matlab they will be sometimes watching here and there, but they are not interested in anything. Jab tak I'm a fanatic, कट्टरवादी. अगर मेरी भाषा बोलोगे तो मैं सुनूंगा, अगर नमः शिवाय बोलोगे तो मैं बोलूंगा, अगर तुम ग्रीटिंग्स बोलोगे आई डोंट केयर, एंड आई डोंट केयर फॉर योर नमः शिवाय. Who cares? You say Hariom also, who cares? You say praise the Lord also, who cares? I don't care to say that. I don't care to listen to that. I am out of all this stuff. Simple. Accept me if you can, or forget me. It's not in these things. So whenever I talk about Sufis, or when I started talking too much of Sufis, suddenly I had good Muslim friends coming in. Many. In Jacob Shivanand only, there are close to 400 Muslim friends. You wouldn't believe. But because those days I used to sit and write something from that profile also, so many joined there that time. So until and unless I'm speaking that, they are there. But when I talk about Hinduism or any other ism, नहीं, हम पीछे बैठेंगे. हमारी भाषा बोलोगे तो हम आएंगे. भाई कट्टरपंथी आप बन जाओ, कट्टरवादी. हम कट्टरवादी तोड़ने वालों में से हैं. यू आर डिसॉल्विंग. दिस इज नित्यानंद तत्व. अजातवाद. अजातवाद यानी वननेस. लेकिन द स्टुपिडिटी ऐसी है कि जहां से हम लेते हैं उस ज्ञान को, अब उसके हम फैनेटिक हो जाते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, भगवान नित्यानंद इज टॉकिंग ऑल अबाउट अजात. यू सी चिदाकाशी गीता, पूरा डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, भेदभाव होना ही नहीं चाहिए. इतना भी नहीं रत्ती भर का. saying you are calling somebody paraya. Who's paraya? Who's a Brahmin? He's questioning in that. Who's a paraya and who's a Brahmin? Paraya means मालूम है? Untouchable. दूर रखो. ये हमारा टाइप का नहीं. ये मैं बड़ा तुम छोटा, या मैं छोटा तुम बड़े. All this discrimination, stupidity, Chidagasha Gita explains this parayapan. He says ये पराया नहीं है. असली पराया कौन है पता है? जिसके मन में इतना सा भी भेद है, वो पराया है. अब बोलो, are we following Nityananda Tattva? Followers of Nityananda will not do this. Where he is talking about that. But ये पल्ले नहीं पड़ेगा. डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करना है. नहीं. अगर आप ओम नमो भगवते नित्यानंदा बोलोगे तो हम रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे. क्या सीख रहे हो भाई? हु टॉट दैट? हु? भगवान नित्यानंद ने दिया आपको ये मंत्र? ये हम जैसे भक्तों ने बनाया है. ही नेवर गिव एनी मंत्र. जस्ट लाइक क्राइस्ट डिड नॉट क्रिएट क्रिस्टियनिटी. भगवान नित्यानंद नेवर गिव एनी दिस काइंड ऑफ मंत्र. खुद का मंत्र भगवान देंगे कि मेरा नाम जपो? नेवर. इम्पॉसिबल. भगवान नित्यानंद वाज नॉट दैट पर्सन कि वो बोले कि मेरे नाम जपो आप. वो बोले भगवान आप राम का नाम जपो. ही गेव राम नाम टू मेनी. ही गेव अल्लाह's नाम टू मेनी. मुस्लिम आए तो मुस्लिम को देते थे. वो बोलते थे यहाँ मत आओ मेरे पास. मुस्लिम आके बोलते थे नहीं घर पे बहुत झगड़ा होता है, छोड़ते नहीं है. दे डोंट अलाउ मी टू कम टू यू. आई सेड डोंट कम हियर. यू गो टू द मॉस्क, आई विल फाइंड यू देयर. यू विल फाइंड मी देयर. रोते रोते दे वेंट टू मक्का. दे वर गोइंग टू मक्का. जाने का मन नहीं कर रहा है. भगवान से नहीं जाओ, तुम्हारा धर्म है, तुम पूरा करो. यू लव मी, आई विल बी देयर एवरीवेयर. आई एम देयर एवरीवेयर. एंड व्हेन दे वेंट टू मक्का दे सॉ नित्यानंद देयर. रोते हुए दे केम बैक एंड वी सॉ यू देयर. अजात तत्व देयर इन एवरीथिंग. आपके नमः शिवाय में भी ओम नमो भगवते नित्यानंदा है. आपके नमः शिवाय में अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह भी है. आपके नमः शिवाय में प्रेज द लॉर्ड भी है. आपके नमः शिवाय में हरिओम भी है. लेकिन सिर्फ उसको एक अपना समझ के ये बाकी कुछ नहीं आना मुड़ता है. इट्स स्टुपिडिटी एंड इट इज नॉट राइट. दैट इज नॉट द तत्व. दैट इज नॉट द तत्व ऑफ वननेस. अजात तत्व है ही नहीं है. ये भेद भक्ति है. चिदाकाश गीता में आप पराभक्ति के बारे में बात की है. अभेद भक्ति. कोई भी चीज, कोई भी व्यक्ति के साथ अभेद हो, इतना सा भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ना हो. इतना सा भी है तो बोले तुम पराया हो. यू आर पराया. किसी को दूसरे को मत बोलो. सबसे बड़ा पराया वो है. ये है उनका तत्व. ये कब समझेंगे हम लोग? भगवान जाने. सिर्फ नाम जप करके फायदा नहीं है. आप नित्यानंद नित्यानंद बुलाओ, नित्यानंद नहीं मिलेंगे आपको जब तक वो तत्व बोध नहीं आता. नित्यानंद क्या है? स्थिति है, व्यक्ति नहीं है. नित्य, हमेशा, शाश्वत. उसका मतलब आनंद, हैप्पीनेस, ब्लिस. जो ब्लिस शाश्वत है, जो कभी भी ऊपर नीचे घटता नहीं है, जो शाश्वत सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप जो हमेशा स्थिर है, उसको नित्यानंद कहते हैं। वो स्थिति को पाओ बोल रहे हो नित्यानंद, वो मुझे पाओ नहीं बोले उन्होंने। अभी भी मैं देखता हूँ एक एक जगह में जाते हैं। यहाँ यहाँ ये नहीं, हम ऐसे नहीं करते। हमारे यहाँ ये सब नहीं करना बाहर का। हमारे यहाँ पे नित्यानंद तत्व। अरे आप ही अजात तत्व के बारे में बात करते हो, आप ऐसे ऐसी मूर्ता वाली बात करोगे अभी आप, हमारे बोलोगे। हम ही प्रसंग कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में, अजात तत्व, और हम ही बोलोगे इसके बारे में कि हमारे यहाँ पे ये नहीं चलता, हमारे यहाँ पे सिर्फ ये चलता है। आ गया ना परायापन। तो कितना बड़ा परायापन है। These are the catches। नाम में कुछ नहीं रखा। आप नाम की भक्ति करो, कभी नहीं मिलेंगे वो गाना था ना, मौला मौला लाख पुकारे, मौला हाथ न आए, नित्यानंद नित्यानंद लाख पुकारे, नित्यानंद हाथ न आए, जीसस जीसस लाख पुकारे, जीसस हाथ न आए, राम राम लाख पुकारे, राम हाथ न आए। उसमें एक बहुत अच्छा वर्ड भी था, बहुत सुंदर वर्ड था, पानी के बारे में। वो बोले पानी पानी रट, जो पानी को पानी समझे, जो पानी के नाम को पानी समझे वो नादानी है, जो पानी के नाम को पानी जाने वो नादानी है। क्योंकि पानी पानी रटते रटते, पानी पानी रटते रटते प्यासा ही मर जाए। पानी पानी बोलने से प्यास नहीं बुझती है, प्यासे ही मर जाएंगे। लेकिन मौला मौला लाख पुकारे, मौला हाथ ना है। किसने बोला? कबीर साहब ने बोला। और उनके साथ जो जितने बड़े बड़े थे हस्ती, या हजरत ताजी साहब ने बोला। दैट वन लाइन आई मिस्ड, मैंने सेव करके रखा था कहीं। यस, वो पूरा नहीं किया तो अधूरा रहेगा, इसलिए आई से दैट एंड देन स्टॉप दिस। मौला मौला लोग पुकारे, मौला हाथ ना आए। कहाँ गया भाई? यस, हजरत जईन शाह ताज। मौला मौला लाख पुकारे, मौला हाथ न आए, लफ्जों से हम खेल रहे, लफ्जों से हम खेल रहे, माना हाथ न आए। माना मीन्स मीनिंग, हाथ ना आए, लफ्जों से, वर्ड से खेल रहे, लफ्जों से हम खेल रहे हैं, माना हाथ न आए। मौला मौला लाख पुकारे, मौला हाथ न आए। Then he says, शोला शोला रटते रटते, लब पे आंच न आए। शोला शोला रटते रटते, लब पे आंच न आए, एक चिंगारी लब पे रख लो, एक चिंगारी लब पे रख लो, लब लब फौरन जल जाए। चिंगारी चिंगारी बोल के फायदा नहीं है, आग आग बोल के फायदा नहीं। आग का एक झटका यहाँ लगा लो, चटका लग जाएगा। उसका रस लेने में है, उसको रियलाइज करने में है। मौला को रियलाइज करने में है, नित्यानंद को रियलाइज करने में है। नित्यानंद को कब रियलाइज करेंगे? जब उनके तत्वों को रियलाइज करेंगे। नित्यानंद तत्व है, व्यक्ति नहीं है। व्यक्ति को पूजा करके कुछ नहीं होता। और वो व्यक्ति, ऐसे व्यक्ति जो कभी बोले नहीं कि मेरी पूजा करो, जो खुद स्वयं बोले मेरी पूजा ना करो, हम कितनी मूड है उसी को पूजा करते हैं। लेकिन उसने जो बोला उस शब्दों की पूजा कभी नहीं करते हैं। सभी तरफ देखो, मूर्तियां ही मूर्तियां के बारे में चलती है। मूर्ति पूजा ही सभी उसमें ही रस ले रहे हैं, तत्व नहीं है। तो बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है। एनीवेज, वो उनकी विश्वास है, जो भी है। तो वो सब मैं यहाँ पे भी देखता हूँ। तो नमः शिवाय बोलेंगे तो ही ये करेंगे, और वो लग गई है, वो एक आदत बन गई है। कौन मीन करता है उसको? कौन नमः शिवाय मीन करता है? कौन ओम नमो भगवते मीन करता है? कौन हरिओम मीन करता है? मैंने झगड़ा करते हुए खुद भी देखा है उनको, लोगों को। हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, हरिओम हरिओम हरिओम, चलो। ऐसे नमः शिवाय में भी देखा है। नमः शिवाय, कैसे हो? क्या कर रहे हो? अरे बोला था ना तुमको, सुनते ही नहीं हो, समझते नहीं हो। हाँ ठीक है चलो, नमः शिवाय। ये है, ये है तो मुझे नहीं चाहिए बाबा। तो ये मूर्ता हटाने के लिए ही मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ। खुद पहले निकलूंगा उसमें से। और ये जो ऐसे टाइप के बंधन है जिसमें अटक गए हैं, ये जो फैनेटिज्म है, जो ये तत्वों को भी उड़ा देती है, ये तत्वों को भी ये कर देती है, वो डिस्ट्रॉय कर देती है। उसमें से निकलिए पहले। गुरु को प्रेम करते हो तो गुरु को भीतर उतारिए, गुरु के तत्व को उतारिए। गुरु की पूजा बाद में कीजिए, तत्व को उतारे ना। गुरु की पूजा भीतर से ही होना शुरू हो जाएगा। आपने नहीं किया तो भी, आरती नहीं चढ़ाया तो भी चढ़ जाएगा यहीं से। ये है वो तत्व। तब तक कुछ लाभ नहीं होगा। गुरु कृपा भी यहां से आती है, बाहर के आडंबरों से नहीं आती है। बाहर के आडंबर और भीतर का भाव दोनों मिलके अगर करे तो सोने पे सुहागा। सिर्फ बाहर ही करते रहे, मौला मौला लाख पुकारे, मौला हाथ नहीं आएंगे। एंड आई सी ओनली दोज पीपल ओनली और ऑल द टाइम मौला मौला, तारीफ तारीफ सब। मेरे गुरु ने किया, मेरे गुरु की कृपा, मेरे गुरु नहीं, उसने वही है ये। वो रट लिया है आपने। इधर वो लोभ से आ रहा है या फिर भय से आ रहा है, ये बड़ा ध्यान से आप परख लो इसको। लोभ से आ रहा है, मुझे कुछ मिल रहा है बोल के मैं उसका नाम ले रहा हूँ, उनकी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ, कुछ नहीं होगा। और भय से अगर, भय की अरे मेरे में ईगो आ जाएगा, मैंने अगर उनका नाम नहीं लिया, इतना ही बोले ईगो है वो। यही ईगो ही बात कर रहा है कि अब उन मुझे ईगो ना आए इसलिए मैं उनका नाम ले रहा हूँ। गया ना, बात ही गया, भाव ही अशुद्ध हो गया। इससे अच्छा है एकदम सरल बनो, सब खोल छोल के। इस कोई चीज से कोई लेना देना नहीं। तत्व है, तत्व बोध है तो सब कुछ है। सब वहां से काम करता है, बाकी सब आडंबर है, बाकी सब मिथ्या है। सभी मन के अहंकार की बातें हैं। ये मन से ही आते हैं ये सब आडंबर, ये बिलीफ सिस्टम्स, ये कंडीशनिंग, ये सब यहाँ से ही आते हैं। जब आप सो रहे हो तब होता है कि हरिओम नमः शिवाय, प्रेज द लॉर्ड, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, होता है क्या? पता तो है क्या कौन है गुरु? उस टाइम पे कौन है गुरु मंडल में? बोध तो है क्या? नहीं है। लेकिन फिर भी सुरक्षित हो ना। तो आप अगर उस टाइम पे बोध नहीं है तो क्या कृपा काम नहीं करती आप पे? रटने से ही काम करती है आपको लग रहा है? आई डोंट नो ये बात क्यों बोली मैंने अभी। ऐसे ही होता है, कब क्या बोले कुछ समझ नहीं आता, निकले निकले उस चीज को। चलो आई थिंक, मैं तो यहाँ बैठा था कोई और टॉपिक को लेके। आई एम ऑल्सो हियरिंग यू स्पीच अबाउट चिदाकाशा, मीट यू सून टुमारो। या गुड। सुबह 6 बजे मिलते हैं। चिदाकाश गीता पे। और आप लोग ये बोलते हो ना, ऐसे सब अलग अलग बोलते हो, मुझे कोई उसका आपत्ति नहीं है। ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर मुझे आपत्ति आई कि मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगा आपसे, मैं नमः शिवाय नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं ओम नमो भगवते नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं हरिओम नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं जय श्री कृष्णा नहीं बोलूंगा, ये अगर मैंने ऐसे बोला, मैं भी एक फैनेटिक बन गया, नहीं करने वाला एक फैनेटिक आ गया। बात बोलनी है नहीं बोलनी की है, जहां बोलनी है बोलो, नहीं बोलनी है मत बोलो, मतलब कोई कंडीशंस अटैच नहीं है उसके साथ कि ऐसे बोलने से ही कुछ होगा, नहीं बोला तो कुछ होगा, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता। आप रटते रहो, मैंने कहा नहीं बोलूंगा ही नहीं, हर्ट होते रहो, मैं बोलूंगा ही नहीं, जो सोचना है सोचो, मैं बोलूंगा ही नहीं। जिन लोगों के पास बोलना है बोलता हूँ, कुछ लोगों को देखा तो मैं गले मिलता हूँ नमः शिवाय बोल के। जहाँ आती है आती है, जहाँ ये फॉर्मेलिटी वाली बात आती है ग्रीटिंग्स की और सब चीजें, हु केयर्स। आपको बुरा लगे तो लगने दो, समझ आएगा आपको, बोध हो जाएगा कि ये कंडीशनिंग है, इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है। ये आपका भय है, लोभ या भय पकड़ा हुआ है, और लोभ और भय नहीं पकड़ा हुआ है तो मुख से कुछ भी निकलेगा, अच्छा ही निकलेगा, दिव्य निकलेगा। यार भी बोलो निकलेगा, प्यार से निकलेगा। कुछ भी बोलो, प्रणाम भी बोलो, प्यार से निकलेगा। कुछ ना भी बोलो, डायरेक्टली हाय हेलो हे कुछ भी बोलो, उसमें भी है। आजकल सब वो फैनेटिक्स वही बोलते हैं, हाय हेलो क्यों बोलते हो, हेलो हाय, ये तो अंग्रेजी वर्ड है। गए तुम डिस्क्रिमिनेशन में, गए भेद आ गया मन में, पराया बन गए, अगेंस्ट द चिदाकाश तत्व नित्यानंद। मैं बोला इतना सा भी भेद तुम्हारे मन में आएगा तो गया। तो कितने भी बड़े स्पिरिचुअल हो, मैं वो देखूंगा ही नहीं, मुझे कोई लेना नहीं। या कितने बड़ी स्पिरिचुअल हस्ती के साथ आप जुड़े हो, कितने बड़े पथ से जुड़े हो, मुझे कोई नाता नहीं है। तत्व से मतलब है, तत्व ही सब कुछ है। तत्व बोध है तो आत्मबोध है, उसी में मुक्ति है, इसमें सब आसक्ति है। पकड़ के बैठो एक एक। एक महात्मा ने मुझे बोला कि मैंने देख बोला एक जानवर, एक योगी मैंने सुना कि जानवर बन गया, इतने बड़े योगी, वो अगर लुढ़क की दैट पर्सन इज बिकमिंग अ एनिमल, then what are people like us? I was scared. Then he laughed and told, this is all vasanas. Because of vasana it has been. I said, what kind of vasana is this? That a yogi has to tumble down and become an animal. I said, is it gone now? सबको यात्रा खत्म हो? बोले नहीं, यात्रा कुछ खत्म नहीं हुआ, वो भोग योनि में आया है, उसको भोगेगा जो भी उसका वासना है। जैसे वो भोग खत्म हो जाएगा, वापस इट विल जंप टू दैट स्टेट ऑफ योगी। आई सेड हाँ इंटरेस्टिंग। आई सेड ये तो बड़ा केयरफुल वाला मामला है। दैट योगी सेड यस, दैट महात्मा सेड यस, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। मैं बोला फिर मरते वक्त ही डिसाइड होता है ना ये सब? वो बोले हाँ, वो उसका मरते वक्त ही हुआ है, तो वो खिसक के इधर आ गया जानवर में। तो मैं बोला तो फिर तो भगवान का नाम ही लेना चाहिए। वो हंसे, वो बोले भगवान का नाम लेने से क्या होगा, मुक्ति मिल जाएगी? वो बोले नहीं, कोई गारंटी नहीं। मैं बोला शिवा शिवा बोलूंगा तो पता है महात्मा ने क्या बोला? वो बोले तुम शिवा 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 बोल के अगर जान भी छोड़े ना, तो तुम्हारी वासना शिवा से वो एक आसक्ति वाली है, डिवोटी वाली है। उस प्रकार से कर्म ऐसे भी बन सकता है कि तुम आराम से एक पुजारी पंडित बन के अगले जन्म में पैदा होगे, और मंदिर में पूरा तुमको सेवा, पूरा जन्म तुम शिवा 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 करते रहोगे। वो बोले कर्म वो टेंडेंसी से जाता है, उसको और कोई चीज से लेना देना नहीं है। आसक्ति है उस हिसाब से, जो सूक्ष्म तरीके से वो कनेक्टेड है, तो उस प्रकार से कर्म बनता है, उस प्रकार से जन्म मृत्यु बनता है। उसको तुम्हारी भक्ति या तुम्हारी फिलॉसफी से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, तुम क्या बिलीव करते हो, कितना बड़ा ये करते हो, कोई लेना देना नहीं है। उसलिए बोलता हूँ ये सारे कंडीशन है, मुक्त नहीं करता ये, स्लेव बनाता है उल्टा। तो मैं तो इतना ही बोलूंगा, चिदाकाश गीता कल 6 o'clock यू विल सी एवरीथिंग अबाउट बिकमिंग मुक्त फ्रॉम द माइंड। आप देखोगे इतना डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है। आपके सो कॉल्ड ग्लैमर स्पिरिचुअलिटी ने भी एक्सप्लेन किया, वो इसलिए मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, पढ़ सुनो। तो आपकी जो जितनी कंफ्यूजन है ना ग्लैमर स्पिरिचुअलिटी लेके, सब धज्जियां उड़ जाएगी उसके अंदर। विपरीत है उसके हिसाब से वो तत्व जो है एक्चुअली। इसलिए ऐसे तत्व आए नहीं है बाहर, क्योंकि वो बड़ा हर्ट करता है अपने को, अपने कंफर्ट जोन को, अपने ईगो को बहुत हर्ट करता है, अपने स्पिरिचुअल ईगो को बहुत हर्ट करता है ये सब चीजें। और हर्ट अच्छा है, बिकॉज इट इज अनकंडीशनिंग, इट इज अनक्लचिंग। ऐसे वाले चीज जो चैलेंज ना करे अपने बिलीव्स को, ऐसे वाले तत्व नहीं आए, तो हम इसी में गुम हो जाएंगे। इसलिए जानबूझ के ऐसे सब पढ़ता हूँ, उपदेश सारम जानबूझ के पढ़ता हूँ उस चीज को, क्योंकि विपरीत है जो हम कई चीजें कर रहे हैं, विपरीत है उसके। वैराग्य शतकम और ये अभी चिदाकाश गीता देखो, कई चीज आपको विपरीत लगेगा, क्लैरिटी तो आएगा ना, समवेयर यू विल हैव क्लैरिटी। क्लैरिटी की तत्वबोध ही सब कुछ है, आत्मबोध ही सब कुछ है। लेकिन मेरे तो गुरुदेव ने जैसे कहा, आत्मबोध से पहले तत्वबोध, तत्वबोध होने के लिए तत्व शुद्धि होना जरूरी है। तत्व शुद्धि, तत्व शुद्धि आएगा कब? जब भाव शुद्धि हो। भाव और मन अलग अलग नहीं है, मन की शुद्धि भाव की शुद्धि ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही है, दोनों एक दूसरे पर कनेक्टेड है। तो अगेन वी आर कमिंग बैक टू चित्त शुद्धि ओनली, चित्त शुद्धि की ही बात हो रही है। और वही चिदाकाश गीता भी बताता है, चित्त को शुद्ध करो, तब जाके वो चित्त अपनी आकाश सहस्त्र ऊपर आकाश तत्व से जाके मर्ज होगा, डिसॉल्व होगा। चित्त आकाश, चिदाकाश, स्काई ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस। हेलो वाल्डो, ग्रीटिंग फ्रॉम मेक्सिको सिटी। Greetings to you. I don't know if you understood anything in the end. I was only talking in Hindi. Anyways, so with lots of divine love and light to all of you. May we all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be free. Gurudev Sharanam, Guru Mandal Sharanam. Pyo Namah. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. मृत्योर्मा मृतम गमय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। कितना सुंदर है देखो। ओम असतो मा सद्गमय, लीड अस फ्रॉम अनरियल टू रियल। तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, लीड अस फ्रॉम डार्कनेस टू लाइट। मृत्योर्मा मृतम गमय, लीड अस फ्रॉम डेथ टू इमॉर्टैलिटी। ओम शांति शांति शांति। पीस। बाय देन, गुड नाइट।